But up first, here she is, Nicola Freya, Nourish. Welcome, Nicola.
Thank you.
Now, did you have anything sweet to eat yesterday for Mother's Day?
Well, we all deserve a little treat every now and then, don't we? I had to have a little bit. Chocolate's my thing, so yes.
Oh, good on you. And sweet is what it's all about today, isn't it?
It is.
Sugar.
So sugar, yes, sugary drinks. It's amazing that the most popular item in New Zealand supermarkets is a 1.5 litre of Coke with 40 teaspoons of sugar in it. So just knowing that is
so this one bottle of Coke here.
Yes.
Is how many teaspoons?
No, so this one here is 600 mils, and that's got about 16 or 17 teaspoons of sugar in it.
Wow.
But the 1.5 litres that are very commonly purchased, because they, the reasonable price compared to other drinks, unfortunately, 40 teaspoons of sugar. So it's staggering.
It's frightening.
Yeah, and of course, high amounts of sugar linked to diseases, obesity, and the sugary drinks with the acid in them as well. Terrible for our teeth, especially our young people's teeth, when they're sort of swishing these drinks around their mouths for long periods of time.
Okay, we'll get into obesity and definitely about the dental. We need to do some shock factor happening right now. And we shocked Gordon, it's on sound actually this morning. So let's start with, where do you want to start? The water, the Coke Zero?
So the Coke itself, that's the amount of sugar that's in there. So it's massive, and when I talk about this in schools and the young people see that amount of sugar, they really can't believe it. That's what they would be drinking.
It's frightening amount.
So the diet drinks don't have any sugar in them, but what I was saying before about the acid in them, it's still bad for your teeth. So a good option to have in small amounts if you're wanting a sugar-free drink with no sugar in it, but just be careful about keeping your teeth clean afterwards. Okay. So, and I've brought the milk drink and the juice along because they're different from these sorts of drinks that are just purely sugar, acid, a bit of colour and flavour. They do have nutrients in them, of course, vitamins and minerals and calcium, and especially in a milk drink. But they do still have quite a bit of sugar in there, about 5 teaspoons of sugar in both those. So obviously not in any way in comparison as this, but just worth thinking about. If you're going to try and get the nutrients from a can of juice or a box of juice, why not have a glass of water and have a banana or an apple or something like that?
Just to counteract it.
Yeah, and then, you're also getting all the fibre and that sort of thing from the fruit as well, whereas a juice has all those parts removed, and it's sort of more concentrated sugar with a juice, yeah.
Frightening.
And I've just brought this one along because these flavoured waters are quite popular now.
Quite trendy, aren't they?
They are, but they're sort of halfway between, and people often think they don't have any sugar in them, but they're actually... It has about 4 teaspoons of sugar in it, in that total bottle. So it's just, if you're thinking you're grabbing something and it has no sugar in it, you're better off to have a bottle of water if you don't realise that you're actually drinking the sugar. Yeah.
And if you don't like the taste of just plain water, lemon juice or lime juice, go for natural rather. Right. Yeah. Okay, moving right along to teeth. Let's talk about the teeth though.
Yeah, well, it's quite staggering that in the last few years, about 5,000 young children have been anaesthetised to have teeth removed, and I think the number was 34,000 children had teeth, a general anaesthetic just to have teeth removed. It will be from a variety of reasons, but the huge factor here is sugary drinks. I think it's having a huge effect. And there's a well-known doctor, Dr. Rob Beaglehole in New Zealand, who's really pushing to try and get these drinks out of schools, out of hospitals, and showing young people that it's not the way to go. Yeah.
No, that's right. And obesity is the other one though, and it's just terrible. It's prolific.
Yes.
Now, if you just look around our children, how many of them are overweight?
Yes, and this is something that's quite easily changed in a way that there's other options. The Ministry of Health recommend obviously water and trim milk for young people, especially getting their calcium is really important. And we say to them it's really important to keep hydrated and have water, and schools are sort of adopting the practice now. A lot of children are allowed to bring their own water bottles to school and that sort of thing. And many schools are also realising the effects of these sugary drinks and banning them from their schools too. So that's a really good way to show the young people this is the way to do it. Yeah.
Now, The plan is by 2025 though is to.
Yeah, so there's a group of health professionals trying to get New Zealand sugar sweetened beverages free by 2025 along the lines of the smoke-free plan. And this doesn't mean taking people's choice off them and totally banning it, but trying to work with the public to try and realise why we need to decrease these and get them down to, I think it's a level of about 5% only drinking them by that time. So that would
wonderful goal.
That would be amazing if we could do that, because I think it would have some great health effects.
Huge effects.
Yeah.
Now, pretty heavy topic this morning, so let's make it a little bit lighter with a beautiful recipe this week.
Yes, so tomorrow we're cooking out at the winery again, which is a really lovely location, and we're matching
Crater Rim
Winery. Yes, we're matching one of their Sauv Blancs with a beautiful bruschetta with some avocado and salmon capers on top, bit of aioli. Yeah, my mouth is...
Yeah, I know! It's that whole marriage of the beautiful Crater Rim Sauv I'm thinking of, and the beautiful salmon.
Yeah.
Lovely catching up with you, and thank you very much. I think very powerful actually visually seeing what the sugar's going into. Have a wonderful week.
Thank
We
you.
look forward to seeing that recipe tomorrow.